So, you made it. Welcome back to the channel if you've been here before, and welcome if it's your first time. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about something. This is so important. This is the only way things are going to change. Negative content. We see it all over the place. It's here and there and everywhere, under your seat, above your head, to the side. You open your phone and there it is. And let's be honest, we click on it, don't we? Right? But let's talk about this for a moment. I noticed this recently. We have a huge negativity bias, and I ended up doing some research into this. And the results may be shocking to you, but I recently posted a video. So I've posted a couple videos to my channel so far. It's new, it's a bit newer, so I haven't posted that much. But the highest performing video that I've had so far was this person versus this person who won this debate that they had. And I find that was super interesting. It literally got 100 times more views than my other videos. And my other videos were they were positive, right? And this one, not as positive. Right? I wanted to go through and just give sort of a neutral view or an unbiased view of this. Of course, biases always sneak in, right? But I wanted to sort of talk about this and sort of shed some light on the topic. It's something that I'm very passionate about. It was Aaron Abke versus Wes Huff. And I love watching this stuff. It seems like we're in sort of a Reformation era with religion, and specifically Christianity, which is the religion I come from and was born in too. But it seemed in the comment section there was just a lot of fighting, man. Just so much fighting of, you think this way. I actually had to block somebody because they were like, you think wrong, you're going to hell forever and you're gonna burn. I hope you can find your way, you poor lost soul. And I had to block them because you just can't. It gets to a certain point where it's like, you just can't allow that stuff, man. It's like, come on, you know? But this is why those videos do so well, right? We see them all over the place, right? We see, this bad thing is happening over here. Look at it. Look at this. You can't not know about this bad thing that's happening over here. And it's a thing that we have in our head as human beings. It's called negativity bias. We are much, much, much more likely to click on a negative video than we are to click on some happy-go-lucky positive video. And the reason for that is because we are always looking out for ways that we can increase our survivability, so to say. So we're concerned with our own survival, and if that video can help us with our survival, then we're gonna watch it and learn from it, and so forth. Like if there's a video of a huge asteroid that's about to hit planet Earth, everyone's gonna click on that video because they wanna know if they're gonna die tomorrow or not. And there's some validity to this, right? There's like 5% validity to this, and the 95% is, I think that's being pretty generous too, but there's 95% it's just not valid. Like, we can't be doing this. It's this thing, it's a cycle that we get into in our head. So let's talk about this a little bit further. We have the negativity bias, right? And we may not know this, but like I said, we're more likely to click on negative videos for our survivability, right? And so guess then what happens? When we start to do that, we click on these negative videos. What's gonna happen to this earth? Oh, this person did this wrong. I completely destroyed them here. Look at this. And all this stuff. The algorithm picks up on that and you get more of the same. It's this self-perpetuating cycle that we have, that we're going through right now. It's like, you click a couple negative things and it just keeps going because the algorithm says, this person likes negativity. Let's feed them more negativity, right? So we're fattened up on this diet of negativity. And unless we can change this, things will probably still be pretty negative in the outset, right? We're thinking, why are we in such a bad place, right now? Why is everyone fighting each other all the time? Is it any wonder that our social media diets are pretty much like 80 to 90% just like negative content. We need to shift this and change this if anything is going to be getting better. Another thing too is that like we see a piece of content and we're negative on it, right? It's like it may be like a positive thing or it may be a negative thing, but then we put our negativity in the comment section and we're like, it's not like this, it's like that, right? When in reality, and then we share it with other people and stuff like that. And a lot of times we assume, right? Or we take things out of context, or it wasn't fully fleshed out and we're misunderstanding this person, and they were maybe not given an opportunity to really say what the fullness, explain to you, right? I guarantee you, if you could sit down with these people and have a conversation, you would come to an understanding, a much better understanding with them. But I think a big reason that a lot of this is happening is because of the anonymity that you get on the internet. You can post in the comment section, Johnny Blaze 497, and no one's gonna know who you are, and you can say whatever the heck you wanna say, and completely get away with it, and there's gonna be no consequences for you, In a sense, that's a bad thing, but in a sense, it could be a good thing. I think that we need to have a feeling of being able to be safe when we're commenting and going through on the internet and interacting, because sometimes we just need to have the conversation, right? But for most of the people, it's going to go right out the window, because we are sort of in this place of just like needing to confirm our own biases. We're not going to listen to that person. We're not going to hear them out, right? Every once in a while, you get a person where a seed can actually be planted, right? And then, they think on that, they chew on that, they go through more life experiences, and they see how maybe they were wrong and somebody else was right at the end of the day. I've had that happen. I go back to someone 5 years later and I'm like, you know what? You were totally right about that situation. I just wasn't quite there yet. You were right, But yeah, like speaking of confirmation bias, like we have that in there as well, where it's like we will click on a video where it confirms our own biases. Like, watch as I, this atheist, totally destroy this Christian, and they're totally dumb and stupid because they don't know what they're talking about. They're just like dogmatic and all this stuff. And, we're like, oh, I'm an atheist, right? So let me click on that video so I can, it goes back to survivability. Let me click on that video so I can also destroy in that same way, right? Goes back to survivability, not just of our physical selves, but of our mental constructs that we have as well. We need those to survive. We're feeding those through this content, right? Where what we really need to do at the end of the day is step outside of all of that. The same thing can be said for the other side as well. Christians, and other religions, watch as I totally destroy this person and do this over here and prove this person wrong, and we click on it because we're like, yes, that's fueling the wrong thing inside of us, It's not helping. And at the end of the day, the sad truth is just that conflict and drama sell. They make money. These people that post these negative posts and content and all this stuff, they have hundreds of thousands of millions of views in a lot of cases, and we watch those. A lot of times, we might even hate watch them. Just like, let me go watch this just so I can see how wrong this person is, And did you know by doing that, you're actually giving them more money and giving them higher stats and giving them more views and giving them more everything that they want to have, right? They're like, yes, please come hate watch me. And in fact, engage. I need more drama, right? I need more drama so that I can continue to sell that, right? That is what people feed off. And that is what the negative entities of this world, the devil, Satan, just negativity, whatever it is that you want to call that other side that is not good, that is what it feeds off of, is fear and everything else that stems from fear, right? Fear, hatred, and anger, and all this stuff, right? So here's what we can do to change that and change the entire world. Are you ready? The answer might totally befuddle you. Here's the answer. stop clicking on that stuff. Stop clicking on that stuff. And I'm talking to myself as well when I say this. We need to stop clicking on that stuff because it perpetuates the system. It perpetuates the cycle of negativity. It perpetuates these people being able to have more money and continue to do what they do. It perpetuates the algorithm, right? It perpetuates our, content that we get that's curated for us, right? Stop clicking on this stuff. Leave it alone. Let it die, right? If these people were posting videos and they posted 100 videos where they only got 30 views, they might give up and try something different. And who knows? They might even try to be positive for once, So we need to just say, this isn't what we want. This is not what we want. And I understand, and I totally understand that not all of us are there yet, and that's totally okay, right? We need to get to a place, right? In one of my last videos, I talked about sometimes we have to suffer and go through pain and suffering to understand that what we want is not pain and suffering, and we don't want to create that for others anymore. So we need to go through this process sometimes, right? But you're here, so you're ready to let that go. It might be hard still, but you're ready, right? So we need to, you and me, we need to both stop clicking on this content, right? Just stop. The second thing that we can do is to curate our own content. Go to your subscriptions page and make sure that you are only subscribed to people that are going to bring you life, positivity, and education, and just goodness, and love. And that is a really simple thing that you can do. So in curating that and then stop clicking on the negativity, the algorithm will be in your favor. You'll have in your subscriptions page just all this stuff of people get a positive, right? Are you a Christian? Go follow, some pastors and stuff like that. Are you, someone who is like self-help? Then go follow like Tony Robbins or some people like that. Follow some positive, good people that are going to have good things to say. Follow a motivational page, dude. I don't, as long as it's just not negative, And if you see these people starting to post negative things, give them a chance maybe. Don't click on it. Say, I'm not going to click on this. Let's see if they understand that doesn't work. And then, maybe if they continue to go down the negative path because they see how profitable it is, we don't really need to be there for that, do we? So see ya at that point, right? The third thing would be to stop doom scrolling. Right? Just stop unconsciously scrolling through content, because when we unconsciously scroll through content and we're not here, we're not present, we're just going with the flow of what feels good to us, guess what we do? Guess what our subconscious bias of what we want to see is? Well, it's negativity. So if we're not conscious about our scrolling, right, and we just going on autopilot scrolling, we will more often than not stop on negative content. So quit the doom scrolling. And I'll be here with you trying to do that myself as well. YouTube shorts are too good. But I suppose the last thing is probably the most important thing that you could do to change everything is you yourself start to create content that is positive and put it out there. You may have a gift of, videography and making things look nice and just great at storytelling, and you may need to be stepping into that right now. If that's you, get going. You can do it with an iPhone, and build up from there. But your gift might just be speaking to people, and if your gift is just speaking, then grab your iPhone and just talk to the camera and just say, what's on your heart, be positive, and all this stuff, and what you're learning, what you're going through, and stuff. And I understand that, what we go through might not always be positive experiences, right? And this is the 5% that I was talking about earlier. We learn from suffering, we learn from pain, we learn from negativity, right? So I think in a sense it's okay to share those things, right? As long as there's a silver lining, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Here's the moral of the story. Just, be on this path, or whatever, your silver lining is. Your gift might be music. Play music for people. Grab the guitar and, strum some chords. It doesn't even have to be crazy. It doesn't even have to be complex or anything like that. Sing something that comes from your heart, right? Right? There, you hear the whole thing of like how Bob Dylan wasn't really that amazing of a musician, and others like John Prine and stuff like this. But one of my buddies the other day, he was talking about the whole idea of 3 chords and a truth, right? That's all you need. 3 chords and something to say, right? That's all you need. It doesn't matter what it is. You have the ability to begin changing things now. It's up to us. If we're not going to do it, then who else is? You know what I mean? Who is going to come save us from ourselves? Who's going to come save us from ourselves? And if you're not in a position to create positive content, then just create positive situations around you. Engage in positive conversations. Disengage from negativity and negative conversations, right? Again, I just posted a video, fear and love. Those are the only 2 choices that we really have at the end of the day. I hope this helped and it provoked some level of thought. And if you're one of the few people here watching this, I appreciate you. And I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next one.